MLB Network is your exclusive home for postseason baseball. It's Game 4 now of the American League Championship Series between the Cleveland Indians and the New York Yankees. Hi again, everybody. Matt Vasgersian welcoming you to our exclusive postseason coverage on MLB Network. With me is Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac. And Dan, lots of storylines here as we approach the start of Game 4.
Well, I can't help but be impressed with the way these guys have come into this series and just flat out handled their business. They're hitting on all cylinders, and I don't want to fully count out the other guys, but if the last 3 games are any indication of how this will play out, I think this series could be over really quick.
Set for what should be a good one. Lineups and first pitch are next. Home side about to take the field. This place is jumping. Here's public address announcer Alex Miniak.
And now, your 2019 New York Yankees.
And briefly here, a glance at the 2 starters who'll get the ball here in this one. Now a moment here for the Indians starting lineup. How do they go about staying alive in this one, D-Row?
Well, Matty, you walk into this yard today and it's nothing but a hitter's park. But that can work against you at times. You have to stay within yourself. You can't just be turning and burning on everything. Stay within the game plan and know that a mistake doubles leaving this yard.
James Paxton will be on the mound for Game 4. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Boy, there's lots to like about this lefty, James Paxton. Big arm from the left side. He reminds me a lot of Andy Pettitte. The only thing, he throws about 4 or 5 miles harder than Pettitte. Paxton occasionally 97 to 98 miles an hour. Good, hard overhand curveball. His changeup is getting better the more he uses it. This is one of the game's premier left-handed strikeout pitchers.
Judge is there. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Batting second, the center fielder, number 35.
Here's the first pitch to him. This is a foul ball. Weather actually pretty good for New York in October. 62 degrees at first pitch. The windup and the 0-1. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2. Inside, as he might be trying to set him up here. 1-2. Paxton, the former Seattle Mariner, he was acquired via trade last year.
I know he'd tell you he'd like to be playing a little bit better, but I think it's as advertised for this ball club right now. I think the manager is getting exactly what they expected.
So he gets the swinging strikeout on the changeup. Number 35 goes down for out number 2 in the top half. Down on the shins and missed with it. Ball 1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. A ball and a strike. Two and 1 to the Indians' first baseman. No dice on the knuckle curve that time. 3 and 1.
This is where you cash your checks right here. 3-1. You're one of the best hitters in the game. You live for situations like this.
Ground ball, foul down the left side. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. Indians go down 1-2-3. Indians nothing. Yankees coming to the plate. We'll be right back on MLB Network. With that, it's time to check out the starting lineup for the hometown Yankees. Mark, how do they go about winning an AL pennant here at home?
Matty, you take a look at this lineup. I find myself thinking back to my playing days when I knew I had the ace on the mound. It had to be win day, and when you get in a car to drive to the yard, you tell yourself, even though you felt bad about it, just get 2 or 3. All the pressure's on the big boy to have to execute, and he usually does. Look for this lineup to try and execute and score, manufacture 1 or 2 runs early in this one.
A ball and no strikes. First 2 pitches off the mark here. It's 2-0.
Boy, he just looks locked in at the plate right now to me. His numbers in recent games have been very good, and those were 2 stone-cold takes right there that put himself in a great hitter's count.
3-0 pitch. Is looked at for the first strike.
Hey, from a hitter's perspective, I don't mind that take right there. I know it's in the zone, but this is a hitter's yard. You want something bell high that you can get loose on.
The 3-1 pitch. Takes a strike for a full count now, 3-2. Swing and a miss, and they'll come all the way back from 3-0 to punch him out. 1 away. Into the box now, Gio Urshela.
It looked like this at bat had the makings of a leadoff walk when it started 3-0. So that's a good job not to give in and battle back to earn the strikeout. That's not always easy to do.
You know, hats off to the pitcher right there. You got a great hitter at the plate. It's early in the count, and he wanted to get ahead. Nice challenge pitch right there.
And he will run this one down. A good read off the bat for the second out.
Batting third. The second
Next for New York, DJ LeMahieu. No one aboard for him, and 2 gone here in the first. First pitch on its way. There's a strike at the knees, 0-1. High and deep to right center. On the move is Puig. He's there to track it down, and that'll end the inning.
Leading off for the Indians, the right fielder, Yasiel.
First pitch coming. Here it is. And that's taken for strike 1. Well, Yankee Stadium, of course, features a number of nods to the great history of the organization and its legendary players. But apparently, when you hit 52 home runs as a rookie, you rightfully get your own cheering section built in your name.
What a magical year 2017 was for Aaron Judge. The slogan, "All Rise," fit him perfectly. What's really cool about it was the Yankees weren't even sure he was going to make the team coming out of spring training. He emerged into the scene, was the talk of baseball going into the All-Star break. Finished that off with a powerhouse into the season. One of the best young players the game in baseball has seen in a long time. All rise, Aaron Judge.
Just a bit high with the fastball, but didn't get the call. The head-to-head with James Paxton. He hasn't had much success, just 2 for 11. Fouled away. The 2-1 home. Sent foul again, and after being way ahead, now it's even at 2-2. The 2-2. Sent on the ground out to second. LeMahieu's got it, and he'll whip this one over to first, and he gets his man for the second out.
Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Franmil Reyes.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Knuckle curve breaks outside for ball 1. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. A ball and 2 strikes. still 1-2. Still looking for our first hit in the ball game. Tried to hold up there. Appeal down to first and no swing. It's ball 2. The 2-2. High in the air down the right field line. And foul.
You could tell he was guessing right there, and he certainly wasn't guessing changeup. That pitch was in his wheelhouse, and he was late.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. Pulled the string on him that time, and the inning is over. Down in order go the Tribe. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score.
Leading off for the Yankees, the right fielder, Aaron.
First offering on its way.
Judge.
Strike taken up in the zone. Oh, he's got him in the palm of his hand now. It's 0-2. Judge, who fittingly gets the nickname All Rise. He was selected in the first round back in the draft of 2013.
Yeah, Matt, you cannot miss on your first rounder, and they didn't with this guy. He has turned himself into an absolute superstar.
So he racks up the swinging strikeout on the breaking ball. Aaron Judge becomes the first out here in the bottom of the second. Lays off 1-0. Called strike at the knees. Evens the count at 1-1. Torres brings a ton of pop to the plate with him, particularly against right-handed pitching. Some guys don't drive the ball as well when facing a pitcher who throws from the same side that they swing the bat, but that's certainly not the case here.
Yeah, this guy just absolutely hammers right-handed pitching. You know, some guys like the ball in, coming towards them, and that's exactly what the righty-on-righty matchup presents itself. A two-seamer in, a four-seamer that leaks out over the plate, a hanging breaking ball. This guy seems to absolutely hammer those.
The catcher, Gary Sanchez.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Right down Broadway that time. Strike 1. This is line to left. And he'll pull this one down a step or two in front of the warning track, and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the Bombers. We'll move to the third with no score. And that'll bring in the San Diego product, Bradley Zimmer. He's the number 7 hitter, but he's leading off the third after the first 6 guys in the lineup have been retired in order.
Yeah, it's been a great start to the guy on the mound. It'll be interesting to see if they can find a way to get to this guy before he really settles in.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the third.
And this is not an easy play when you have to range to your right. He really didn't have a chance to get his feet set, so this is all arm. Nicely done.
In is the second baseman, Jason Kipnis. The head-to-head with James Paxton, batting .500, 5 for 10. Stanton has a read on it. He's got it, and there are 2 down now.
Batting ninth, the catcher, number 55, Roberto Hero.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And that's cut on and missed. 0-1. Toward the gap in right center. This is going to be a base hit, and he may take that big turn at first. Now Maben gets it in here off the wall. And now he'll get into scoring position with 2 away.
Yeah, this one was starting to look like it was going to be one of those 1, 2, 3 easy innings. But now all of a sudden, they have the go-ahead run standing out there at second base after the 2-out double. Big moment here.
Hit the other way out toward right field. Judge is there, and they breeze through this half inning as the side is retired. Danger averted following the 2-out. So stepping in, Luke Voigt, 7, 8, and 9 to start the home third.
Not much going on offensively so far for these guys. 6 up, 6 down. We'll see if the bottom part of the lineup can get something going.
Well, the home crowd seems a little restless, so I'm sure they'd appreciate it. The 1-0. Finds the zone, strike one. Line towards center field. Number 35 is there, and he'll bring this one in.
Boy, sometimes they say you hit it hard, good things will happen. Well, that's not the case right there. That was a bullet that just stayed up and is caught in the outfield.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike one.
Even though he let that one go, you know that's the kind of pitch he likes to take a big hack at. Not too many power hitters that don't like a stomach-high fastball, so he's probably not throwing that one again.
That's a hit, the first of the game for the Yankees.
You think there's any justice in the game? Watch those two at-bats. Both of them hit on the absolute screws. One's right at one guy, and then one's a single. Go figure.
Here's Didi Gregorius as he'll take a changeup here for strike one. First shot for him here with a runner at first now and one away. Skied into very shallow right. Puig's got a read on it. And he makes the catch for the second out. So it's back to the top of the order now, and that'll bring in the center fielder, Cameron Maybin. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. Maybin, who sometimes goes by the nickname Slim. This is his 12th season in the big league, so he's put together a really nice career to this point. Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. Stanton isn't stopping. Here he comes to the plate. And they're going to take a 1-0 lead as the run comes across to score. So much of this game is situational hitting, guys. Nice job there.
Yeah, you've got to find a way to pick your teammates up when you're given the chance. And he doesn't try to do too much right here. He just takes what's there. Safely on second, and his buddy is high-fiving teammates in the dugout.
That'll bring in Giovanni Urshela. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball one. Hit it hard, but lined out in his first at-bat. A ball and a strike. Maybin stands at second with two gone. And that's down into left center for a base hit. Long throw to the plate. Oh, but it's offline, so the run will score.
Second baseman.
Ready now, DJ LeMahieu trying to keep things going now with a runner at first following the RBI single. First delivery to him on the way. Fastball in there for a called strike. A runner on first with two away. Strike two, swinging just out in front of the slider. He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Slapped hard the opposite way. In there, a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are two aboard now.
The batter.
Well, you know what?
Right fielder.
Good hitters are good hitters for a reason, D-Row. And to be able to hang in there on an 0-2 pitch and still be able to get a base hit, this guy's about as good as it gets.
Yeah, I'm blown away by this guy, Dan. You wouldn't know if you showed up. You wouldn't know if it's 2-0, 3-1, 0-2. Counts do not matter. This guy trusts in his craft.
Looking to minimize the damage here. Got him out on his front foot. It's 0-2.
Hey, boys, you talk about getting your A swing off. That's what it looks like right there. A guy with massive power letting it eat.
A bouncer to the left side. A dive, and he knocks it down. And no chance at a recovery here, as despite a great effort that time, they won't get an out on the play.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
So our situation has the bases loaded. 2 men out. And that'll bring up the exciting middle infielder, Gleyber Torres. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Good fastball down around the knees there, taken for a strike.
Getting that first pitch strike is really important when you're dealing with the bases loaded behind you. Good job to give himself the advantage there.
Ready with the 0-1. Swung on and missed. That strike 2.
A strike away now from getting out of this mess. Sometimes pitching is all about minimizing, right? So keeping it to 2 runs across in the inning would be huge.
Now a swing and a soft liner, but this will be a foul ball. Bases are loaded here, 2 down. A little too much bite on the breaking ball that time, as it's well off the outside. The set and the 1-2. This one's down to third. Throw on to first, and they're able to escape the monster inning as the side is retired. I have to imagine there's a full moon tonight, judging by this bunch. More baseball on MLB Network right after this. Stepping up to the plate, number 35. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Here comes the first pitch. Fastball just misses. That's ball 1. Now a good pitch around the knees, but it doesn't quite catch the bottom of the zone.
Remember, he was a strikeout victim last time up, but this at bat seems to be a totally different direction. He's showing good patience now, and he's got a real good count at 2-0.
2-1 now. The 2-1 home is swung on and missed, and that's strike 2. Trying to send him packing for the second time, and he fouls this one off.
You don't see too many guys at this level be late on off-speed pitches right there. That tells me he was totally sitting on something else or was going automatic take.
3-2 to the Indian center fielder.
If you're ever going to see a position player go to the mound, it's going to be in a situation like this. Get him to relax a little bit, focus on his mechanics, and get that fastball back in the zone. Can't allow this guy to lead off walk.
A diving try, but it's through into the outfield.
Dan, how frustrating that must be. 8 pitch at bat, and he's able to work a base hit.
He threw everything but the kitchen sink at him. He threw off-speed pitches, fastballs, and on the 8th pitch, left one out over the plate. Just enough for a base hit.